Let's talk comfort food, the unofficial cuisine of Las Vegas. For reasons I can't explain, the city is bursting at the seams with unassuming diners and cozy joints, dishing out plates that could rival any southern grandma's kitchen. It's a daunting task to address them all, so instead, we leaned into our many viewer comments and lifted the most asked about spots. Today, we're taking you on a tour of the top 5 from that list and ranking them from good enough to where have you been all my life. Welcome to Let's Eat Vegas, your guide to the good, the bad, and the delicious. I'm a chef and former restaurant owner, and I tell it like it is. So grab a fork, loosen your belt, and let's get started. Coming in last place, earning mostly a participation trophy, is Hash House A Go-Go. They're perhaps the most Instagram-worthy restaurant on our list. However, the beauty is skin deep. I have a cousin Lisa who makes gorgeous cakes, mostly for weddings. They're the most beautiful things you've ever seen, but the flavor is a distant second to the appearance. Hash House A Go-Go is very much the same. The food isn't terrible, but nothing stands out or has much depth of flavor. It's all surface charm. Scratch the surface, and you get more surface. It's for this reason that Hash House A Go-Go comes in last of the 5. The chicken and waffles is their signature dish, and in the looks department, it's a 10, but falls flat in flavor. The bacon-infused waffles were crispy outside, light inside, but had all the pizzazz of a tired nun and tasted like cardboard replicas of food. The fried chicken, stacked high and speared with a giant knife, made me think of a possible Dexter episode with Carmen Miranda as this week's victim. It's okay, but could have used a lot more seasoning. A brine would have taken it to the next level. The real surprise? The fried leeks. Adding a crunchy twist, they're the best part of this dish. Thick-cut milk bread, crispy outside, custardy inside, and packed with tons of cinnamon. The caramelized banana and pecans are a nice touch, though the cold whipped butter missed the mark. A drizzle of melted butter would have greatly improved this dish. Excellent! The corned beef is garlicky, well-seasoned, and brined to perfection. The roasted potatoes stayed crispy. The problem, though? The scrambled eggs were dry and overcooked. Though void of the polenta croutons and parm crisps promised on the menu, it does come with deep-fried spaghetti, but unfortunately, they're inedible. Aside from that, this is my favorite dish here by far. This was a proper Caesar, reminiscent of the original from Tijuana. The balance of garlic, anchovy, lemon, and mustard was perfect. Next time, if there is a next time, I'd order the large and demand they give me the polenta croutons and parm crisps. And here we have another almost win. While the fish is fresh and flaky, unfortunately, the batter is limp, offering a textural letdown. The batter is perhaps lacking some sort of leavening agent to elevate this dish to a higher level. So again, it just missed the mark. I have to give credit where credit is due, though. The tartar sauce was one of the best I've had in a long time. The fries have an extra crunchy coating and are good, and the coleslaw, also pretty tasty. But all that said, it's not enough to make up for the disappointing batter. Anyway, if it's fish and chips you seek, do not miss Rira at Mandalay Bay. Best in the city. To me, Hash House A Go-Go isn't about to win any awards. The plating is theatrical and the portions are huge. But ultimately, Hash House fails from a general lack of flavor and lack of attention to details. Those finer things that make a dish special. If you plan to go, take your camera, but give your taste buds the day off. If you like food reviews that explain why something works, not just hype, well, consider subscribing. Did you know, according to YouTube, 60% of you viewing right now are not subscribed? It means a lot to us and helps us grow. Coming in at number 4, Vicky's Diner. We've been here before, singing its praises after our first visit when we featured it in our Best Diner Steak video. And that steak? Absolute perfection. But on our return trip for this comfort food feature, we veered away from the steak, and well, let's just say it was a very different experience. I began with a small chicken noodle soup, a well-seasoned, flavorful broth with pasta that, surprisingly, wasn't mushy from sitting around. The chicken, though, grilled and chopped, not the usual shredded poached variety. Makes me doubt the broth came from real chicken stock. Still, it was hearty and delicious, though perhaps not homemade. At 1 full pound, this beast barely fits the bun. We ordered it rare, and it arrived perfectly cooked. But then disaster. The most basic seasoning, salt and pepper, was nowhere to be found. Without it, this burger tasted to me like a whole lot of nothing. Sure, it had bacon, cheese, pickles, lettuce, and tomato, but I felt even the toppings couldn't save this burger from blandness. The name Monster Burger had me dreaming of a legendary, similarly named version from Chuck Wagon at the Longhorn, but this one didn't even come close. The fries?
Normally crunchy and addictive, but I didn't find that today. And they were scarce. Maybe they were rationing them. Just seemed like a third of the usual portion landed on my plate. Did the fry guy lose a bet? Were they running low? Reminds me of the eternal question of my youth. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world will never know.
As an Austrian half-blood, I take schnitzel very seriously. Traditionally made with pork or veal, but chicken can be a respectable variation, but it still needs that signature outer crunch. This one? Small and soggy. The seasoning was fine, but the breading lacked the crisp bite that makes schnitzel shine. I asked for double potatoes, specifically their excellent breakfast-style fried potatoes, but when they tried to charge me $6 extra for them, I bailed and went with the standard. The potatoes were fresh and decent, but the gravy tasted straight out of a package to me. This wasn't schnitzel as I know it, not even close. In a cooking tip, the secret to a great schnitzel, the breadcrumbs need to be fried in clarified butter until breathtakingly crisp. This was missing that, and I wouldn't order it again. Visually underwhelming, but surprisingly, the best thing I ate today. The homemade biscuit was soft, fluffy, and delicious, and the gravy was rich, creamy, and packed with sausage. The one flaw? Garlic powder, an odd and unnecessary addition that threw the balance off. Strange to say, but I'd return to Vicky's Diner for the steaks, but steer clear of it for the comfort food. If I'd started with today's meal and not the steaks, I'd seriously have never returned for a second visit, and that would have been a big mistake to miss the steaks. They're terrific. The rest, not worth the gamble. And it's for this reason that Vicky's Diner comes in fourth. Coming in at number 3, Black Bear Diner. If you live in Vegas, you already know Black Bear Diner isn't just a restaurant, practically a local treasure chest of comfort food. Unlike those sad, frozen-to-fryer diners, Black Bear actually makes most of their food from scratch, including all their baked goodies, muffins, biscuits, and sweets. To get the real scoop, we asked both our viewers and some of the staff, what are the absolute must-try dishes here? And after much debate and a few passionate arguments, these are the ones that came out on top. Meatloaf, well, the very epitome of comfort food. This slab of meaty nostalgia comes with your choice of potatoes or vegetable. We went with fries and onion rings. The fries, long, sturdy, so very crispy. I have no tolerance for limp fries, and Black Bear seems to agree. They're golden on the outside, soft and fluffy inside, textbook fry perfection. Black Bear offers its own house-made hot sauces. They make 3 different ones, but honestly, they all reminded me of a spicy A1 sauce. Now, the meatloaf itself, one bite, and I was instantly transported back to the school cafeteria. It's dense, packed with breadcrumbs, maybe a few too many, and tastes like something a lunch lady with a heart of gold might serve. It's not bad, but it's not exactly changing lives either. What does save it? The gravy. Liquid gold. Thick, rich, and the kind of savory magic that could make a shoe taste good. As for the onion rings, I have my doubts if they're made in-house, They've got that suspiciously uniform shape, but they're crunchy, well-seasoned, and mercifully grease-free. This isn't just breakfast, this is a feast of a meal. Black Bear Diner calls this one of their signature dishes, and they're not wrong. We're talking a massive 10-ounce slab of tender beef, breaded, seasoned, and fried to crispy golden brown. No grease puddles, no soggy breading, just crunchy, savory goodness. The rich, creamy country gravy is packed with sausage, seasoning, and that old-school flavor. It comes with 3 eggs, any style. I ordered mine over easy. How do you like yours with chicken fried steak? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. The chicken fried steak itself? Fork tender, seasoned with just the right hit of salt and pepper, and still bursting with fresh, beefy flavor under that crispy crust. The eggs were cooked spot on, with gooey yolks ready to mix into everything on the plate, and the hash browns, crispy, golden, and just the right amount of seasoning. You got a choice of toast, biscuits, or pancakes. I went with the latter, and these pancakes, some of the best I've eaten in Vegas. Fluffy, tender, and they taste like someone actually cared enough to use real buttermilk. This burger is clearly a nod to Bob's Big Boy, but stays true to Black Bear Diner style, meaning it's over the top in size. It's 10 ounces of fresh ground beef stacked with American cheese and bacon. What I didn't expect was the surprise appearance of that famous Big Boy style secret sauce. It wasn't bad, but honestly, it didn't live up to the Big Boy and didn't lift this burger to must-have status. Was this burger life-changing? Not even close. It was good, but nothing that had me dreaming about it days or even minutes later, and it wouldn't bring me back. I finished up with Black Bear Diner's signature pastry. It's basically a bread brick disguised as a dessert. You may want to avert your eyes at this point, as you could gain 10 pounds just looking at it. It's dense, doughy, and if I'm going to eat the carbs, please give me a donut or a cinnamon roll, not this bear-sized paperweight with streusel. Black Bear Diner lands exactly where comfort food should live. It's made by people who care, so it doesn't feel fake or rushed. This is food meant to fill you up, slow you down, and remind you why diners still matter. The chicken fried steak is the clear standout. It's big, honest, and cooked with care. The pancakes surprised me in the best possible way and are worth ordering just on their own. Black Bear Diner knows its lane and stays in it. Big portions, familiar flavors, and no pretense. You won't find reinvention here, but you will find comfort. And sometimes that's exactly what you're craving. Well, we're down to just 2 now, and this was where things got difficult. In a very close decision, number 2 today is the Omelette House on West Charleston. For over 46 years, the Omelette House has been a beloved spot for comforting, from-scratch cooking, no gimmicks, just hearty portions, fresh ingredients, and warm hospitality. It's the kind of place that feels like home, where regulars return for nostalgic flavors and meals made with care. One bite of the homemade banana bread is like stepping back in time. Rich, buttery, and perfectly sweet. The pumpkin bread also delivers warm spices and deep flavor, making it a must-try any time of year. Trust me on this. Skip the toast, go for the bread. Perfectly seasoned, fork tender, fried to golden perfection. The steak needs no extra salt or sauce. The crust shatters with every bite, while the thick sausage-studded gravy might just be the best in Vegas. Paired with crispy childhood memory-inducing spuds and perfectly cooked eggs, this is breakfast at its finest. We already love the burgers at Omelette House, but you know what makes them even better? More meat. Enter the pastrami burger, a glorious half-pound of fresh ground beef stacked with smoky, tender, thin-sliced pastrami and melted cheese. That's meat-on-meat magic. No mustard or condiments needed. The flavors are rich, savory, and deeply satisfying. I always order my potatoes well done, and today, as usual, they nailed it. Golden, crispy, and downright addictive. This is a burger not to be missed. As a boy raised by a Southern mama, it'd be downright disrespectful not to try Grandpa Bill's fresh baked biscuit and sausage gravy. The gravy? Oh yeah, it's the same rich, creamy pork pack goodness they pour over their killer chicken fried steak. It's thick and it's lumpy in all the right ways, and it clings to every bite as though born to it. Now let's talk biscuits. Sorry, Mr. Pillsbury Doughboy, you've been benched, as this is the real deal. The kind of old school, buttery, tender biscuit my mama and grandma used to make. With their hands, their hearts, and not a measuring cup in sight. Put it all together, and you've got a Southern-style hug on a plate. Crave-worthy? Absolutely. Thank you, Grandpa Bill. You did us proud. Now entering the arena is the one, the only, Ultimate Chicken Club. Weighing in at least a pound, if not more. This isn't your standard four-cornered, crust-cut triangle from some country club kitchen. No, this is what all chicken clubs want to be when they grow up. Gone is the thin-sliced deli meat. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not what this sandwich is about. Instead, you get a juicy, well-seasoned grilled chicken breast topped with crispy, smoky bacon, fresh lettuce, tomato, and a slather of mayo, all nestled inside a toasted bun that actually holds up to the job. No soggy bread or limp lettuce here. This sandwich is tall, proud, and absolutely satisfying. And because this is the Omelet House, of course, we said yes to the potatoes yet again. Always well done, always crispy. This club isn't just a nod to tradition, it's a full-on upgrade. Well, this is comfort food without shortcuts. Food made the way it used to be by people who care. Every dish here feels familiar, generous, and honest. From the baked breads to the biscuits, from gravy that means business to sandwiches that don't mess around. The Omelet House delivers that rare kind of comfort that sticks with you long after you've devoured every bite. It's not trendy, it's not flashy, it's just flat out good. And in a city that's always chasing the next new thing, this kind of consistency is worth celebrating. Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. Today's finalist. So it's our great honor to present their griddle plays no second fiddle. Their waffle should be unlawful. And they're no quacks when it comes to stacks. Today's winner, Winnie and Ethel's. Las Vegans have recently fallen in love with this restaurant. Winnie and Ethel's feels like stepping into a time machine set to Weekend at Grandma's, but with a contemporary, stylish flair. It's a retro-inspired bistro where comfort food reigns supreme and hospitality comes straight from the heart. Named after the two founders' real-life grandmas, Winnie and Ethel, the restaurant pays tribute to the kind of cooking that built families and friendships around the kitchen table. Opened in 2023 after winning a coveted spot through the Dapper Company's Small Business Contest, this place was designed to bring back the warmth and magic of classic diners, but elevated with chef-driven recipes and scratch-made dishes. I know a thing or two about pot roast. Long before I owned a restaurant, friends would bribe me just to make it for them. Later, it became one of the signature dishes at my own place, right up there with my fried chicken. And this pot roast dip at Winnie and Ethel's brought all those memories flooding back. The beef is slow roasted with care, tender enough to fall apart just by waving your fork in its general direction. It's served with creamy horseradish and real honest-to-goodness beef au jus. No powdered shortcuts here. Every bite tastes like home. And the fries, golden, crispy shoestrings, I couldn't resist sneaking in some of my own homemade ketchup, and together, they were sensational. They offer French toast of the day, and today, it's oatmeal cream pie. This French toast is pure breakfast fantasy. Thick slices, griddled golden, then crowned with a generous smear of cream cheese frosting that melts into every nook and cranny. It's topped with shaved white chocolate, mini marshmallows, and a scratch-made oat crumble that tastes like someone turned granola into fairy dust. Rich, indulgent, and wildly satisfying. Drizzle on the house-made cane butter syrup, and you've got yourself a sweet, sticky bite of heaven. Don't even think about skipping this one. You had me at cream pie. This panini isn't just a sandwich. It's a flavor celebration. Warm, buttery bread pressed to golden perfection, wrapped around rich, melty brie and vibrant chimichurri. Already amazing on its own, but add pork belly? Now it's pure magic. That crispy, savory bite takes it to a whole new level. Naturally, we had to get more of those addictive shoestring fries. These fresh, fluffy biscuits taste like your grandma just pulled them out of the oven. They're smothered in your choice of chorizo gravy or sausage gravy. Or better yet, both. I can never pick just one. And trust me, going double is the move. This might be the most delicious biscuits and gravy in all of Vegas. Don't miss it. This is what I call a beautiful mess. A glorious mountain of matchstick fries piled high, loaded with fresh sausage and crispy bacon, then drenched in both chorizo gravy and traditional sausage gravy. They don't stop there. Fresh grated cheddar and a perfectly fried egg crown the top. Break that yolk and watch it run like golden lava down the fries. It's like breakfast got together with poutine and had a nacho baby. Every bite delivers a hit of something savory, cheesy, and downright indulgent. Yet again, whatever you do, don't skip this. Now let's get down to what might just be the biggest surprise on the menu, the Wee Burger. They start with a fresh ground chuck patty, cooked exactly how you want it. We ordered ours rare, of course, basically still whispering moo, and they nailed it. The build is a thing of beauty. Melted provolone, a crisp sheet of iceberg lettuce, smoky sweet tomato, and a hit of Worcestershire that ties it all together. But the real scene stealer is the bacon jam. Smoky, sticky, and just the right amount of sweet. It's the kind of thing that makes you wonder why you ever bothered with ketchup. Honestly, if they sold it by the jar, I'd be stuffing a few into my backpack for emergencies. The burger itself is outrageously juicy, layered with a deep, beefy flavor that leaves a lot of so-called classic diners in the dust. This isn't just a good burger, it's one of the best in Vegas. Winnie Nethels keeps a few aces up their sleeve, and the Wee Burger is definitely one of them. Finally, we have a beautiful stack of 3 malt pancakes topped with candied walnuts. As beautiful as they are delicious. If you've ever made or had malt pancakes, let me know in the comments. I'm going to be honest, I'd never had this style before. The malt gives it a texture that's almost magical, beyond fluffy, with a subtle richness that sets it apart from any pancake I've had before. They serve it with your choice of maple syrup, or again, their house-made cane butter syrup. Trust me, get the cane butter syrup. It's unbelievably good, and I'm already planning my return trip just for these pancakes. In fact, I'm bringing friends along so they can try it as well. Winnie and Ethel's isn't just a restaurant. It's a time machine to the flavors that made us who we are. Every bite feels like a story told around the dinner table, rich with warmth, laughter, and a touch of nostalgia. Whether you're a Vegas local or just visiting, bring your appetite. Trust me, you will not regret it. So, we listened to your suggestions and hope this video helps you find the best comfort food in Vegas. It was a difficult choice between second and first today, and honestly, you can't go wrong with either. One thing is clear, however, whether you're in the mood for a towering burger, a plate of crispy chicken fried steak, or the fluffiest pancakes in town, Vegas has a spot for you. We'll be back to many of these great comfort food spots soon. Who knows, maybe you'll see us there. And don't forget to tell them, Let's Eat Vegas sent you.
We barely scratched the surface on today's finalists. If you want the full experience, you know where to go. Winnie and Ethel's here, the Omelet House here. And if you enjoyed this video, liking, subscribing, or commenting helps us bring you more reviews. Until we eat again, bon appetit!